Hello, how you doing? It's Phil Thatch. I hope you're doing really well, and I apologize. I'm wearing my yard mowing clothing, and that'll come into play a little bit later on in this video. Well, my old buddy David Sailors did it again. He put a video up on the YouTubes, and I watched it, and by the time the video was over, I got on eBay and ordered the lens that he was reviewing, and that lens is this Pentax lens. It's a vintage lens. It's an M42 screw mount lens, and it's a 28mm f3.5. And the one that I got, gosh, I can't even remember how much I paid for it. It couldn't be more than 50 or 60 bucks, but the one I got is absolutely fantastic condition. Let's see if I can get my camera to focus on the lens. There we go. The one I got is just in fantastic condition. Came with the nice original lens cap. It came with a little case to put the lens in. Everything about it is really good. So it's really happy with the condition. And the reason why I bought it is because I have been struggling with a thing called zone focus. I would like to do zone focus, especially for street photography, where you might just want to go snap, 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 and not have to worry about focusing at all. And you know, the first few times I tried it, I was using too long of a focal length. And if you use a wider focal length, your lens will have more depth of field. The idea with zone focusing is setting your, using a pretty small aperture, f8 or maybe even f11, and setting your focus to where a lot of area is theoretically in focus. And, you know, realistically it works as long as you don't mind that nothing is perfectly in focus. And my buddy David goes out and he makes street photography videos, and he uses zone focus, and the pictures always look completely fine to me in terms of focus. I mean, they're artistically great, but the focus seems completely fine. But then when I try it, I make a shot, and it's because I have the opportunity to pixel peep. I look really close at what I want to be the main part of the subject, and I find that it's not perfectly in focus, and it drives me crazy. So zone focus has not been working for me. I bought a 24mm lens that should be great for zone focusing. Didn't like it. I bought this lens, and this lens is so cool because, and I'll let David show you in his video, and I'll put a link to it up in the top. But this lens has an indicator, an orange indicator, and when you put f8 on that orange indicator, the 8 is orange and the indicator is orange. Let's see if I can get that into the frame. And then when you move the focus, you move these orange numbers, which puts, you're at f8 and you're focusing on either 3 meters or 10 feet. But if you look at it, infinity is right on the 8, the non-red 8. Come on in there. And the other 8 on the other side of what should be in focus is, what is it? It's 5 feet. So according to the depth of field guide on this lens, everything from 5 feet to infinity should be in focus. And that's really not true. I mean, it's kind of true. It's kind of in focus, but really what's in focus is 10 feet. So for photography, for me, because I have the opportunity to pixel peep my own work, I can't do it. But when we were at Disney World, Heather and I were at Disney World, and there was this group of parrots, and they were part of the show at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and there's all these parrots, and they're just about to take off. These things are trained, and they can fly off and fly wherever they want. And Heather was able to point her iPhone up, and because an iPhone, I mean, it can focus a little bit, but it's really mostly kind of a zone focus sort of a thing. She pressed record and got video of all these parrots flying off, and it looks fantastic. But if you really were to look at it up close, critical focus, not a single one of those birds was perfectly in focus during any part of that clip. But I got to thinking, well, zone focus might work for me for video. And with that in mind, I got off work early tonight, and Heather she's down in Athens watching the University of Georgia play football with her parents. But I got off work a little bit early, and I wanted to play with this lens and do some zone focusing with my new old lens, and I needed to mow the grass. So I combined those all together, and I mowed the grass, and I got this camera, and I made a time lapse of mowing the grass, and I used zone focus. I did the line up the oranges. I put the aperture on f8, and I put the focal distance right there, lining up the oranges, 3 meters or 10 feet. And I let this camera take about 600 pictures of my backyard every 2 seconds as I mowed the grass. And that, I didn't focus at all. I just set it like that, and you know what? It worked. Because it's a video, you're never going to really concentrate and make, you know, it makes it where zone focusing works for me. All right, here is that time lapse. Let's mow the grass. I used the Nikon Z6 camera for this, and I was using its built-in intervalometer, making a photograph every 2 seconds at 1/10 of a second. And of course I was at f8, as I showed you a moment ago on that Pentax lens, and I had automatic ISO, and I let the camera do the metering for me as the sun was slowly going down during probably the last hour of daylight. Well, there you have it. A zone focused time lapse using this Pentax lens, and I gotta tell you, this thing feels absolutely fantastic. It's in great shape, first of all, but it's just like a work of art. It feels fantastic. I have a feeling that I'm going to be trying out some more of these vintage Pentax lenses from back in the day. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this completely strange video, and if you did, really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you want to see some more crazy crap like this, subscribe, hit the bell, and as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.